Yo, what's going on my people? HumidityLiquidity here. Welcome back to a brand new video. So today I'm going to be trading the S&P. It's going for 5 points today. So currently price is looking like it wants to head for some sell side liquidity over here. And we have this 15-minute fair value gap that we could run up into to continue lower. We also have this current fair value gap. So this could be the potential trade right here. Let's have a quick look at US 30 and the SMTs. Let's have a look at the Nasdaq as well. US 100 right here. Change this to candles. Do we have any SMT? Yes, we do. So I can take this sell, 1% risk right there, aiming for around 8 points. So here we have this high over here, high, Nasdaq, high, lower high. So let's see. And we also came into this fair value gap. So, and here's the 8:30 open. Now we should see price head straight to sell side. Nice. Right now, just marked out where I'll take partials. So around here is where I'll take partials. So let's see what happens here. As soon as you start rejecting, I will start taking partials. So 20 seconds left on the candle. I'll take around half of the current position size. Partials over here. Looking at executions right here. One entry there. So here, just continuing today's order flow. And yeah, now we want to see this previous candle close is exactly what we want to see. Now this one, we also want to see it take and complete the 5 points. We don't want to see price come up back into these highs. If it does, then we're most likely going to break structure and then head higher. Now let's have a look. Any SMTs? No. So all the indices, they broke lower. They broke this low, so there's no SMT. And since we have no SMT, we do have the SMT to the high, which is another sign for us to go lower. So since we have no SMT on the lows, we are continuing on our order flow, and we also have SMTs on the highs, so that just further confirms the idea. So looks like we're not going to that 50-minute fair value gap. We're just gonna go straight from this 1 minute area. I'm just gonna remove that. And let's see if we get our 5 points. So here 5 points partials, and then I'll let it run over there. So we're gonna go 278. And here's partials right there. As soon as we have 5 points. And let's see if we get our take profit. Now that I've taken partials, I can go break even. So here, could have taken full profit over here, but we should be going down, and we should definitely be going lower. Oh, I didn't even mark it out properly. Yeah, so here's the full take profit down here, below that low. Okay, so let's see what price is going to do. I mean, price is definitely going lower. Taking partials, risk free, took my portion, and then looking at 1.7% once it hits full take profit. So here came back into the order block. Since it already hit my TP, the first partial, I'm not going to enter anymore. But here we have the order block entry right here. Lovely jubbly over there. Says that order block entry. Let's see how this candle closes. We want to see this candle be a down close, or we don't want to see this candle close up into this wick, because something like this is not exactly what we want to see price close up into. We'll see price reject. Okay, so here it's not too shabby over here, but we are in the body of the order block. So depending on how this candle closes, most likely I'm in for this breaker and this fair value gap. So this could be where it's going. But notice how we came to 5 points and we rejected, and the 5 points took us, so it entered on the 929 candle, and it took 3 minutes to hit that take profit. Okay, so here we have violated this order block, so now we're in this fair value gap and this breaker block here. And this should reject. If it does close inside, I will close the trade, or it will just hit me at break even, which is perfectly fine to do. But here price just went up into the premium area, and now it's going to reject. But like I said, since I got first partial, no more entries, and today just going for a quick trade since there's no news, so price might not do anything too nice. But so far we've had this huge daily candle, so might go for that low over there. I mean, this is where I'm targeting, that low at least, into this daily fair value gap, and then price can do whatever it wants. And in all these entries, I'll show you my trades later, but a bit too many trades. So yeah, after we TP, I'll show you the history, and then yeah. But yeah, so far still waiting for price to drop lower. We are break even, so position is safe. Now here we've come into this wick, which is also classed as a gap. See if we came into the 50% of that. No, but it's all good. So have a look at the 15-second. Nothing here. So yeah, 10 seconds left on this candle. Want to see this be a down close, this 15-second candle. Okay, so we got indecisive candle, but that's fine. Getting a small consolidation here, right there. But since we haven't really had any consolidations in this fair value gap or closes, or even price trying to go above, this trade is still valid to go lower. So yeah, price did come to that 5-minute fair value gap, which I did not see. So looking at this 15-minute one above, 9:30. So price did come to that 5-minute fair value gap, had an SMT, dropped lower. So yeah, but still got the same trade. Okay, so here if we look from this high that is low, price is in the 50%. And we got stopped out at break even for the last partial. Okay, so here these are my trades so far for this year, since, let's see, since last week Friday. So yeah, Friday caught these trades, was pyramid in entries, and then I think this was Monday, caught this trade, all of this type of stuff. Did record some of these, but maybe I'll release it at a later date. And then I took these losses, entering a bit too much, and then I stopped for 6 minutes, then went back in. And then yeah, here is how it looks. So yeah, only 1 day of over trading, and that's it. So yeah, here, back into this fair value gap. Let's see if that's gonna go down from there. But yeah, 5 points would have been better if I just kept it at my take profit like that. That would have been around, let's see, so if I had a bad entry, so I entered on this candle, let's assume I entered on the close, stop loss above here, 5 points. Okay, my entry, let's see, so my entry was about here. So yeah, 2 risk to reward in 3 minutes. Pretty good. Okay, so here looks like it went to reuse this fair value gap. There's this balanced price range as well. But let's see, is there an SMT? Let's have a look at the 15-minute time frame. So we do have an SMT with US30 on the 9:30 candle from yesterday. And then if we look over here, the Nasdaq did not take out the low as well. So looks like the S&P is just gonna go for that 15-minute fair value gap I marked out, and we could potentially take a trade from this area. So let's see. Just gonna watch until price gives an entry. So yeah, US30 had that SMT from yesterday's 9:30 low. Okay, so if we look at the highs on the Nasdaq, on US30 we've taken this high. On the Nasdaq we have not. Let's have a look. This high right here. So we have not yet taken this high on the Nasdaq. So that could be a potential SMT, but price needs to present the entry. So I will look for on the 15-second. So I'll wait for it here. Now here, let's see how this 1 minute candle closes. Here is a balanced price range here from that fair value gap from before. We have this old fair value gap as well. Let's see if price starts rejecting with speed, or if price wants to continue on lower. So let's see. So we've come back into the 15-minute fair value gap, wicked it, break below over here on all three, let's have a look. Will we get a break below on all three? So the Nasdaq has, and the S&P. So here I can go for my sell. We did have a SMT. If you see here that the S&P didn't take out this high, it nearly did, but didn't. Okay, and then I can put the stop loss above here, and then take profit will be where I initially had it. And now now I'm risking around half what I was risking before. So just in case I'm wrong here and I'm not viewing it from a break of structure perspective for us to continue on higher, then we should drop lower. So let's see. By the way, we've rejected this 15-minute fair value gap, is showing signs of us wanting to go lower. We've also had an SMT on US 30. So here we came up to this gap. Don't know if this is a proper gap, since this isn't the futures chart, so I'm gonna take that gap with a grain of salt. But we came up to the gap, we came up to the premium of the previous candle, the body high, and we rejected. Okay, now let's have a look. Our entry from here to over here is 5 points. I'm gonna mark this out, and that's where we take our partials. So here I'm gonna give it one more entry, since it's come back to this fair value gap over here. This is all the 15-second, and the previous entry was on the 1 minute. On the 1 minute, you see this previous wick price just ran back up into it. Don't know if it came to the 50%. Let's have a look. Yeah, so if you see here, it went exactly to the 50% of this wick. Let's have a look on the 50-second to get a better picture. So here, so that 50% is the consequent encouragement. So yeah. Okay, now 200 partials out 5 points. Right there. We have another fair value gap. Could enter off of. Just enter one more time. And I can move my stop loss to this high. If it does go above that high, then trade is invalid. Okay, have a look at the 5 minute, 15 minute. Okay, you see that huge rejection from that wick rejection from that 15-minute candle. 1 minute showing rejection. Back to the 15-second. We came back up into that fair value gap and we rejected. So far, this trade was after price came down to take that low. Premature entry. But I can enter this since I've got some experience in my hand. But yeah, over here, came straight back into that order block, and then it came to the order block again after it wicked into it, came down from this fair value gap, and price is trading in this fair value gap right now. So yeah, looking to have a 300 partial right there. So majority partial. No more entries now. Okay, so 2 minutes left until the macro starts. So price should be forming some price signatures. So here, 950 to 1010. Also, we do have this balanced price range over here on the 1 minute. So price traded lower, came up into that balanced price range. So that could also be used as the model. So you could have entered after price traded down, closed below, and this could have been your trade. But yeah, just gonna remove all these shades over here. So remember that 15-minute fair value gap, that's what this shade, this rectangle was above here. So yeah, also had that SMT, so have that in mind. Or you could have just had it as price took liquidity over here. These areas of liquidity have been taken and price is now going lower. So yeah, here's that fair value gap that was tapped many times. Partials have been taken. So yeah, pretty nice. Also had this fair value gap. I had that marked out. But yeah, see how price wicks back into these areas and respects them. So now price should start moving faster. Okay, so now I've taken partials. Let's have a look. Price may come back into that balanced price range. Let's have a look. So right now that we've taken off 5 points, I'm going to put price the trade to break even. So if we get taken out, it's all good. Majority partials have been taken, and then here is the partial take profit. Currently up 23% on the account for this week, technically since last Friday, so the 20th, and today is the 25th. Okay. And then aiming for that 15-minute low that I was talking about in the beginning of the video, right here. And if you see over here, price retested that 15-second fair value gap. Okay, 5 points has been done, so let me remove that line. We're at this fair value gap right here. And this volume imbalance, like I said, this is not the futures chart, so these volume imbalances aren't 100% accurate. It's also a 30-second order block. 1 minute, nothing on the 1 minute. But yeah, so here the 950 to 1010 macro is what we're looking at. Here we have a small low time frame, low resistance liquidity run, and yeah, that's what we're looking for price to head to. And when price comes over here, it should start moving with speed. So back in this fair value gap, just gonna move this a bit here. Okay. Now once we trade below this low, I'm going to move my stop loss to this high right here that I marked out right here, once we break below this low. So yeah, simple stuff. So now we're just waiting on this. And the 1 minute doesn't look too clean, but if you use the balanced price range, this sell could have been caught if you use this order block over here, let me just move this. So if you use this order block over here, the 947 order block, drew out the body or even the wick, or you could have used the 940 order block. But anyway, price is coming over here. Okay, since we're around the area, I'm just gonna take one more partial, and now full take profit below here. There you go. Spread did not take out. There we go. Cool. See that? Simple stuff. And like I said, this low resistance liquidity run, price should move with speed. And as you saw here, price was over here, closed, and as soon as we took this out, this low out, we just went with absolute sheer speed. But yeah, I'm done for the day. Let's go through the trades. Let's go to the 1 minute and let's go over what's happened. Okay, so 9:30 came in, I entered at 9:29. So here's 9:30 right here, and we want to trade from 9:30 to 11, but I like to keep it 9:30 10:30, 1 hour trading, but 1 hour around 2 hours is fine, an hour and a half. Okay, so here 9:30 came in, and since I'm aiming for around 5 handles right here, that's my major take profit, and then full take profit is whatever target I have for the day. So here 9:29 saw this fair value gap. I looked at a 15-minute. For the 15-minute fair value gap, our price didn't come in. We also had an SMT, so we had this SMT and this break of structure over here. I classed this as us going lower, so I took a trade from around here, stop loss above here, and then 5 points take profit around here, however much it was, around 2 risk reward. So that was the first trade. Then I was aiming for this low, and price came up to hit me at break even once I did that. Okay, now after that happened, price hit me at break even. I'm still looking for sales. Now why did I not switch to buys? If you look at this 15-minute fair value gap over here, price for price to be going up, price would have to fill this 15-minute fair value gap for me to switch my bias, and also price would have had to do a full SMT on these lows as well for me to be completely confident in this break of structure over here, or even this one here, however you like to view it. Okay, so then price came up into this 1 minute, into this 15-minute fair value gap, and then price did not take out this 840 high on this chart, and Nasdaq did not take out the high. US 30 did. So Nasdaq did not take out the high. That's an SMT over here. So even if S&P did take out this high, this would have still been an SMT. Now I took an early entry since we came in to this fair value gap, and we instantly started to reject away with some speed. So then price came down here, and I was looking at this fair value gap on the 15-second. Okay, so now we're in the 15-second. It's also a 1 minute fair value gap, but I'm looking at the 15-second here. Okay, now this 15-second fair value gap, what's happened? Price came down here. Now if this 15-second fair value gap was to hold, I would have liked to see price break structure over here, just continue up and then retest into a fair value gap or something. But since price rejected a little bit and then came down, broke this structure, I view this as a continuation to the downside. Why? Because we want to see speed move away, and if this was to hold, you'd want price to move with speed. And since we were going into the 9:45 time, you want to see price move away from the POIs. So then I entered once I saw price come around this order block, after this order block formed, and then I entered a sell, stop loss above this high, targeting the 5 points, 5 handles over here, and then price came up back into this order block, did not enter, I did not re-enter, and then I waited for price to form a fair value gap. We also broke structure at this low. Then after we broke structure, price came up into the fair value gap, which was reused over here, also balanced price range, so pretty nice area. And then price came up, entered, and if you look at the 1 minute, what is this area? It is, if you look at the wick, let me just remove the 25% and 75 on here. So if you look at the wick on the 15-second, that 1 minute candle wick came exactly to the 50%. So if you're looking at it from a 1 minute perspective, you could have used this 1 minute wick and had an entry from that. And these wicks are classed as gaps in the market. So then after that's happened, price came down, came up to play back into that 15-second fair value gap, and then came down again, went up. So it had this area of consolidation, and then we got our expansion over here, and then after that took no more entries, since this is the best area to enter from. Entered in the premium area, and then price came here, 5 points, and as soon as my first partial was taken, I did not enter any more trades, and then price came down to full take profit. Another entry was presented over here. I was also talking about this volume imbalance, but like I said, this is not the futures chart, so it's not guaranteed, so I just used the fair value gaps over here. So yeah, price came up into this fair value gap, wicked it, and if you look to the left, it's also an order block, and then yeah, price just rejected from it nicely. As we see here, price took the low, came back to the low, to this fair value gap, and it's continuing on lower. But since I'm done trading, just had this small move, 2 small moves, and then that whole move over here was around, let's have a look, around 10 handles. So yeah, quick day. That all took me, let's see how long that took. So from this trade to this, 10 minutes, and the previous trade was around 3 minutes to get, let's see, so 3 minutes to get the first 5 handles. Second trade, it took me 6 minutes to get that 5 handles, and then 10 minutes for the full take profit. Now looking at the trade history for today from here, so all of these we got, let's see how much we got. We've got around around 4.5%. So 4.5% day, pretty nice. 1 break even, partials, power of partials, lovely jubbly. Look at that record. But yeah, so yeah, 25% so far this month. And then yeah, so now I'm just gonna show you this, and yeah, hope this was insightful, and I'll see you guys in the next one. We'll do more videos like this, just simple live trade breakdowns, talking you through what's going on in the charts as I see it. So yeah, see you guys in the next one. Peace.